How y'all doing today? So I'm sitting around on the couch with Keenan watching some UFC fighting, and I'm catching some phone calls here and there from clients and potential clients, and I wanted to talk about today's client. See, my friend calls me up and he says, "Kevin, so I wanted to see if you still had something for rent." I'm like, "For rent? Well, haven't I been talking to you now for like 2 years? You still wanting another place to rent?" I'm like, "What's your credit score now?" And he's like, "I think I'm around 600. I'm like, "Shoot, 600? You should be able to get approved for almost an FHA loan at 580 and above." I'm like, I think I want you to talk to one of my credit repair guys and just see if there's any polishing that we need to do. And then otherwise, I want you to talk to one of my mortgage guys, because you should really be buying a house and not pissing your money away renting. So I'm like, "Tell me a little bit more." And he's like, "Well, actually, I am in a credit repair thing already." And I'm like, "You are? What kind of credit repair thing are you in?" He says, "Well, I pay $89 a month." I'm like, $89 a month for how long? He's like, "I've been doing it over a year." I'm like, "Oh my goodness. No credit repair should cost you $89 a month for a year." Credit repair works like this. You got some messed up trade lines. You need to get them in order. If you've got some medical bills, you need to get like a monthly payment going towards them so that they're not just sitting in default. And otherwise, credit repair works is you send some letters and you give these creditors an opportunity to respond to these letters, whether it's asking them for proof that the debt exists or whether it's actually been timely kept up as far as the recording and reporting of those trade lines. And so you usually will give one of those creditors 60 days to respond, and then bing, bang, boom, there should be a process, and I'd say no more than 4 months. And if you can't fix your credit in 4 months, then you're not talking to me, or you're not talking to the right people. So I really think that you all need to, with bad credit, probably call me. Say, "Hey, aside from buying a house, I heard you could give me some pointers," because I do give pointers all the time. The basics are the basics. You need 4 open trade lines, open and active for 24 months at a minimum. High trade line balances at one point of at least $2,500. The more, the better, unless you are one of those crazy people that has a Macy's card and 18 other department store cards. Then you probably don't need 18 department store credit cards. That's probably not helping your score. Things that are in a charge-off status, they need to be settled. If you owe $1,000 on a credit card or something that got out of control and you just ignored it, you need to call that place back up if they are, open to negotiating and paying that down, and you need to do that. And then if you've got just okay credit and high balances on everything, then you just probably need to knock your balances down. So a good rule of thumb is a 30% ratio from limit to balance, or balance to limit, however you want to say it. So if you've got a $1,000 limit on your credit card, you shouldn't be spending over $300. You can do it one time, spend $999, pay that thing off within the next 25 days. But other than that, on the regular, you want all of your cards across the board or all of your debts across the board to be at a 30%. So $1,000, $300, $10,000, $3,000. $500 credit card limit, and you don't want more than a $75 balance every month. So at any rate, long story short with this, I guess there is no short here with this credit repair. I can go on for hours and hours, but my buddy is going to be speaking to another credit repair friend of mine that's vice president of this credit repair company that I know to be reputable. He will stay in touch with me on a monthly basis, and I guarantee you I will have somebody ready to buy a house inside of 4 months. If it takes 4 months, I kind of will be a little surprised, and when he calls, I'll be like, where you been? Why are you late? But at any rate, you know what I'm getting at. Credit is important to buying a house, but throwing your money down the drain paying rent is silly. So let's not be silly. Let's call Kevin. Let's figure out what the deal is with your credit and why and what's holding you back from buying a house. Thanks. That's about all I got. Wanted to share while Keenan and I are watching a little TV. I'm going to get back to some of the fights. Having a good time here watching some UFC. Y'all be good. Out.